Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to get started on the Mafex Knightfall Batman. I believe it's called Night Crusader Batman from Mafex, but you may know this Batman from Knightfall, Knight's Quest, Knight's End, and then it leads into like the Trekker storyline. Yeah, I won't say I love that era of Batman, but I was definitely really into that era of Batman, and that's because I was really into the Azrael stuff. And as you know, when I reviewed Azrael, like, you saw how I was getting down with that. So I'm really hoping we do get a red Azrael as well as a Troika suit out of all of this, because I do know that I love the dark blue style too. There was also when Dick Grayson, I believe it's Batman like 513, is it 513 or 512? Where Dick Grayson first like dons the suit too, and it's like that darker black blue, but with the simple design. So as you can see here, we have this Batman, and I really love how this came out. Now, I opened up straight out of the box, went straight to it. And the first thing I'm going to tell you is, as art style wise, especially when the Jim Apparel art with him and Bane, I did not enjoy these. I did not enjoy these pointy styled era. Like, it looks great in art, especially like if you compare it with like the Neil Adams style art. It wasn't for me. So I'm glad they actually included a different styled cape for it as well too. I love that they wired it. It looks beautiful, especially the cape end. Like, boy, they wired this boy through and through. Like, when we get to posing the cape, you'll see. Now, we can move our head up. We can go down. We can tilt left and right. Mine's a little gummy, but I'm okay with that. I'm going to loosen it up, obviously. You know, how I get down. Now, we have, here we go. Like, I know a lot of people don't know what their Mafex, like, you can push in. I kind of love that they've added that mechanism for it. We have our clean bicep swivel, right? We have our double joint. I do believe they've gotten better at hiding that pin there. But yeah. Then we have our torso. Our torso doesn't really lean in the way I would like it to, but when we press it up with that bottom part, that's when we get that very deep ab crunch. So yeah, we can actually still rotate in many a way, but it is going to cause a little bit of scuffage. So please be careful about how you do that. And that's been happening with a lot of Mafex. But the scuffing is from excessive posing. And if you like to pose, it's bound to happen. Our belt sits on the waist really nicely. We have a drop down, not a lot, but just enough to be able to get by. So with no drop down, we can still reach the 90-degree mark. With a drop down, we can actually get a tad bit further, maybe only an extra degree or so. We do have a beautiful double joint, and we do have a thigh swivel there. Our ankle joint is always nice. They've added that guard here on the outward to hide that joint. But overall, you still should be able to get some bat-like poses out of them. At least Batman of that style. You can get some Cape Crusader stuff. And then, like I said, we have our beautiful cape, which will be able to give you that McFarlane style lush cape that everything kind of feels alive, right? So if you want, right, we're going to pose up with cape. And shout out to my boy Just, who did the pose first. I saw him post it, and he made it beautiful. But as you can see here, the cape really does feel alive, especially in certain poses. Then I tuck that arm in, actually. We don't want it to sit wrongly. So yeah. Or, if you want, right? Let's say you're doing that jumping off the building pose, and you want those arms to look fresh and good with those wings. You really can have some beautiful posing here. There's even like, and this one is probably going to be a classic one because he comes with that classic grappling hook. So I'm just going to put the hands here, but we're able to lift up, and we can do the pose for that grapple wire, right? Batman kind of swinging like how Spider-Man would do. But even if you left the leg out, tuck our torso back, pop the hand off, we would still have beautiful flow. So yeah, I'm really excited because I'm very curious about how large Bane is going to come out now. But as far as accessories and what we get, I feel like we don't get like a lot. Ooh, I left my phone ringer off. I apologize. I apologize for that. But as you can see here, our Batman can pose. It can look really good. And depending on what you want to do, you'll get that. And oh, this is beautiful. I love cape stuff because cape stuff make you feel like, it makes it feel like it's his own entity. Kind of like how they did with Doctor Strange, right? So look, ooh, come on, you can hold. There you go, baby. So look, stuff like this is why I love really good capes and really good accessories. And it makes it a bummer because I talk about this, like how come Superman doesn't get really cool, swishy, flowy capes like this? I love stuff like this. Now, accessory-wise, let's jump into it. Let's talk about it. And I'm going to turn my ringer off. All right, now let's focus on some accessories. One of them is going to be, let's go with the hands first, the hands and heads accessory. So here we are with some open action hands. Giving it that nice open actions. I do like 90s comics for being super expressive. I love that. We have some open relaxed hands, right? We do have the glider / karate chop hands, depending on how you want to see it or go about it. Next, we have the cape holding hands / battering hands, right? I'm going to call it the cape holding hands. And then this one in particular is bothering me because I feel like maybe this was supposed to be included for a grapple gun, or maybe it was supposed to be for a batarang, but we know he didn't come with any batarangs or anything like that. But what's also really cool is that he does get a wired grappling hook, so maybe that hand can be for that. But it's funny because I really like the fact that they wired this. I'm not gonna, well, actually I'm gonna unwire it because I gotta show you guys. So you can see as I unwire it, this could be wired. So that means you can do a lot of really cool poses of wrapping up bad guys, making it look like really cool art, like Joe Quesada's Daredevil style with the wiring. So I'm gonna actually attempt that. So I'm really excited about that. Then we will get a rebreather head, which I love this. I love this, the rebreather head. It reminds me of what they did with the Hush stuff. We will get an uncaped cowl, so we can actually do it like with the rebreather where it removes the cape because it will be too heavy, obviously, if you're underwater. Unless you want to use the rebreather for like rebreathing like scarecrow's gas. Then we have this cool long-eared, oh, they made it soft too. We have the long-eared expression with the grit teeth. Now, I will say this. I am not a long ears Batman fan. That's just me. That's just me. I'm not a long ears Batman fan. But this actually does work for the art style, especially for its time. I feel like it was really, really good at its time. But it is not for me. I'm not a fan. But what we are going to do is let's actually pop his top, right? I'm going to see if I can get it out with little to no issue. Because it's really, really in there. Like, it really is in there. Crap. And then we got my little buddy out there screaming. Okay, so we got it off. So let's take the head off, and then will be the underneck. Okay, so now we know what we're getting into. Now we have an underneck. We know what we're getting into. So let's say we pop on this one. Large tab in front, the two small tabs in the back. We line them up. And it's soft plastic, so it should just really just sit snug in there. Now you have your capeless rebreather Batman. And you can fight off poison gas as you do the damn thing. You can actually do a lot, yeah. Now, let's say you don't like this look. You will actually get, and this is what I was waiting to get to, right? Because I don't like the pointy shoulders, right? You actually get another option to do it without the pointy shoulders. And this is what's really cool for me because you can go based off of the art style now. So you can actually create a bunch of different versions based off whether it's Norm Brogafoil with long ears, or you want to do the Jim Aparo style, but you don't have to do the pointy parts. So this has been a beautiful, beautiful way of capturing and respecting certain art styles for Batman. Shit, even Barry Kitson did a spectacular time like during his little Batman run. And like I said, it's really cool that we can do this and get these different versions and styles. So if you've been a fan of the comics for the art or just whether it was writing, I think it's a little something to offer everybody, right? So yeah, really good stuff. And this one is wired as well, so you don't have to worry. It's the same wire and just without those knighted tips. So with all that being said though, let me go find my Azrael and my Hush Batman so we can sit down and compare our bats. See you guys in a bit. All right, now we're on to the size comparison. I think the first thing we should do is toss him up against Azrael first. So let's compare to the Azbats, right? Now, I don't have Bane yet for obvious reasons, but yeah, I'm hoping that when Bane comes in, I can compare all three. But I do like that they are similar enough in their 90s style that it works for what we have going on. So we can do a team up and we can do the duel of fate at, Night's End. So you'll see those in pictures later. Hopefully you guys will enjoy. Next, we're going to compare to the Hush Batman. All right. So you can see just how far we've come, right? Similar enough, but I feel like he has that extended torso, giving you that 8-pack, showing you that Batman was definitely more about it in the 90s than he was during the Hush storyline. So, again, I like short hair as Batman, but I like the larger head style. I like the lighter blues. I just wanted shorter ears. But I feel like it still really works for the Gem Apparel style. It just works for me. So, let me take this guy away. Next, we can compare to Nightwing. I don't mind Nightwing being smaller at all. It really does work for what we have going on. Oh, you took a dip back. Next up, we're going to compare to a Amazing Yamaguchi and a Mafex Joker. I'm going to put both of them out here. So here we are with these two bad boys, the princes of crime, right? I feel like if I swapped his head on him, it would actually work. And I'm going to try that off screen later. Here we are next up with a Marvel Legends Spider-Man. Ooh. It looks like your cape might be a little back heavy back there. I might have to look into that. Then we have a Mythic Legions, just in case you want to go with these larger characters, see how they kind of square out. So yeah, excuse me. I think, who am I missing? Oh, next up, here we are with Mezco Ichigo. And now Ichigo is on he has custom clothing from CJ, but he is on a Samurai Wolverine body. But you can kind of see how the Mezco body stacks up. And if that doesn't work for you, here we are. I'll use a Storm Shadow, because I also have a Storm Shadow out. Let me just fix his legs up. Then here we go with a Mezco Storm Shadow, in case you are curious, right? So yeah, that about wraps this up. I feel like I'm missing something, but I'm always feel like I'm missing something. It's always something to forget. But I do want to say thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for tuning into this Batman review on short notice. A lot has been going on with me in my personal life, so I'm still trying to make art, kind of trying to fill that void, because art really means something to me, and I hope it does mean something to you. So in the meantime, guys, thank you so much for the love, the patience, and the things you've been enjoying from me. So please, be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later. I also forgot that I have the Storm Collectibles Bane. Because I do not have the McFarlane Megafig Bane, I'm going to assume they are similar, if not very large in stature both. So here you are with this. It's a little bit of bonus content. So yeah, there you go.